Welcome everybody to another Reddit video. This is gonna be a different one because the people that were scammed got actual revenge. And I'm talking deportation levels of revenge. Before we begin, subscribe and leave a like, it really helps. We talk about catfishes, romance scammers, and some Reddit stories. This comes from Pro Revenge and it is called I Blew Up a Romance Scammer's Life.
This one is fresh and still unfolding, but it's already hit an explosive level. Some details intentionally vague. Context. I'm a woman in my 30s with a reasonably good corporate-type job in a field with lots of room for growth, and I'm recently back into the dating scene after a decade. I'm kind of a would-be a 10 if she lost 30 pounds looking girl, beautiful face if a bit chubby, but I never have issues getting a date. I'm not well off, but I'm stable and have a bit of spending money. I live in a large multicultural city and my ex was an immigrant, so I am open to dating people of any origin. What happened? A few weeks ago, I met a very charming man from Latin American country, only a couple years younger than me. Seemed very sweet, cuddly, intelligent, family-oriented, emotionally available, educated, and in a good profession back home in his country and had a lot in common with me. Chemistry seemed amazing inside and outside the bedroom. He was honest that he was in my country on a tourist visa but hoping to stay. I made it clear I wouldn't be able to help him with that, but we had a fun summer fling while he was here. If he managed to stay or come back, only then will we consider a real relationship. Then the other shoe dropped. A couple weeks and 4 dates in, during a text conversation about my work, he asked me to be his sugar mommy. I initially laughed and assumed it was a joke. He kept pushing and clearly said it wasn't. Of course, feeling insulted by this, I went off on him. He maintained it as a serious ask until I hit a nerve with my complaints about how embarrassed he should be to ask me that. Then he got angry and insulted me for thinking he was serious about it. No apology for being hurtful to me. Obviously, what I did next was take screenshots and cry about it to my closest friends. I was hurt that I was fooled into thinking he liked me and that he thought I needed to pay for a man. My friends started the fuse on what happened next. One of my friends started snooping more on his online presence. Together we found about 6 different Instagram accounts that were him, using different variations of his name and different photos of himself, all uploaded in batches. On Facebook, a similar pattern, a very scammy and suspicious looking. He had been foolish enough on one of his profiles, though, to follow and tag the employer that he was working for illegally on his tourist visa in my country. So I contacted another close friend in a local law enforcement agency that works with immigration. She looked up his file. He had a wife and a daughter at home. I released the hounds after that. The friend who helped me investigate online made several group chats on multiple platforms with all his family, immediate and extended, and friends. She released all the screenshots as well as a rant about how shameful it was. As they started blocking her, she added more people. I found his sister's phone number. She sent her messages on there too. Everyone he knows, including his wife, knows he's unfaithful and trying to take advantage of women.
I honestly was thinking this was a bruised ego situation, but if authorities are involved and there's something to investigate, then the issue is more complex than just a bad breakup. About messaging the family, believing they can understand English. I can tell you if I receive a message in a foreign language, I will block the user and delete the message. The main language in Latin America is still Spanish. A lot of people don't speak English over here, so I hope you cover your bases.
30 minutes after the online bombardment started, I got a rude message from him about how I should be smart enough to know he was joking and he doesn't need to sell himself. I didn't reply.
My guess is if you included his name in the messages, then the family asked him what was this all about, so he probably lied to them about the context of the messages. But now he has to calm you down so you don't continue bothering his family. Hopefully one of them could understand and explain to everyone this dude was disrespecting his family. Or maybe this is one of those guys who abandoned his wife and child and you are giving a location where to be sued for child support.
Next step. online immigration reporting form with all the information we found. Work information, employer's name, address, his home address, full name, date of birth, photos, screenshots, admitting to working. Usually these reports take months to be reviewed, if at all, but I gave the file number to my law enforcement friend. 2 days later, law enforcement officers visited him at his home. They found him with a phone number that was issued to a local resident. All his roommates also had number issues to the same person, a direct link to the employer. He received a caution for trying to scam me, a no-contact order, and a flag on his immigration file that, based on his country of origin, will likely mean he can never return, as well as a strict warning to not work without authorization. His roommates also received warnings. His employer received a visit next. They found significant proof that they had been employing him illegally, as well as multiple other people. Their investigation is still ongoing, but so far, they are likely to receive tens of thousands in fines or possibly jail time. The guy isn't getting deported because the government will have to pay for it, and proceedings take longer than his remaining visa time, but he is now upgraded from a flagged file to a multi-year ban on re-entry to my country. If he bothers me again, though, he will be deported as well. Hope he enjoys going back to his angry wife and the ridicule from everyone he knows. See ya again, never. Edit. The comments on my appearance are a tongue-in-cheek way to describing how he may have viewed me and speak more to his failure to select the correct victim profile. It's not that deep, and I don't really care about my appearance very much. Relax a bit, peeps.
I think instead of pro-revenge, this was an accurate way of handling things. Yeah, your ego had a lot to do with it, not gonna lie, but the guy wasn't some weird, scummy business. I don't know about bothering the family because most likely they assume he got a job and he's working hard to provide. That is, if he's still in contact with the family and didn't abandon them. But yeah, he is in a country in a tourist visa status, and he's also scamming people. That's illegal, and he's been employed by a company as a worker, which is illegal. He would have had it all if he wouldn't have been a douche to you. To be real, imagine, if he was charming and loving, he never asked you for money, but then the relationship just didn't work out and you separate amicably. You would have never known this guy has a full-on family in another country. Some people are driven by money and wealth. Probably this guy is just like that. Or let's just say, maybe he tried to provide, but door after door was closed in his face. So he turned into a scammer. It doesn't make it right, but that might be the case for him. You did the right thing because most likely you uncovered a group of scammers and helped a lot of people in the process. Best of luck to you. This was a long one, but let's read one of the comments OP got.
My bestie kept getting scammed by a romance scammer, and unlike you, she's poor. She's a poor single mother working just over minimum wage. Those scammers will tell her they were sending her money, and they would, only for her account to get drained a week or two later with crazy charges. She changed her banking information countless times. She has so many fraudulent charges on her account that the bank stopped reimbursing her. And after about a year of this non-stop nonsense, the bank finally closed her account. Without warning, they closed it, and she had to scramble to get a new account at a different bank, get a direct deposit, and autoplays old charges over. Well, right before the bank closed her account, the scammer wired $10,000 to her. No doubt planning to pull it back and more once she spent out of it. When her old bank settled her closed account by sending her a check, she received $8,600 some old dollars. It cashed, free and clear. No way for the scammer to pull it back once the bank did a hard close. So, nanner boo-boo, did she learn the lesson? I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, she has some pocket change. For a change.
That was crazy luck and laser point timing, but did she learn the lesson? Your friend got some money back, which is great, but this will only mean she might do it again because this may happen again. Or she could probably think that her scammer wanted her to have the money. He was telling her the truth all along, so she will be back together with him. For now, wonderful, but your friend needs to put what happened to her from the very beginning into perspective. Why is she letting these scammers mess with her life so easily? If she doesn't know, it will most likely happen again. Best of luck for the both of you, and I hope your friend took the money and learned the lesson. What do you think about these stories? First dude was just dumb, and the second story was just luck. They both got poetic justice, but unfortunately this is not the norm when it comes to scams like this. Don't forget to leave me your thoughts about it. Before you go, subscribe and leave a like. It really helps. I hope you had a wonderful day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.